It's November 2nd, 2023. Fortnite's coming off the end of Chapter 4, and they're trying to end it with a banger. They announced that the season is going to be called Season OG, and we are going to be going back to our roots on where it all started. This season was only a month long, starting in November 3rd, going all the way till December 2nd. This season broke multiple records. At the end of the season, when it finally finished, they came out with Chapter 5, which had its moments, but ultimately was probably one of the worst chapters to ever come out. This also was a downfall and a very dark time for Fortnite. Later into the year, we'd get the announcement from Epic that they were going to bring the OG season back the same year permanently. We all know it right now because it's already out. It's obviously the OG season, which I think is very fun, and I'm very glad they brought this back. But something's a little bit different compared to the first OG season. Obviously, last year's OG season started in Season 5, so it's a little bit different compared to the season now, where it's starting in the beginning all the way back to Season 1, from day 1. And the OG season we have now is just going to go from Season 1 all the way probably to Season 10, and then after that, I don't think we have a clue on what Epic's going to do. Compared to the first OG season we got that started in Season 5, and it was only a month long going up to Season 10. But there's a question that keeps arising about these two seasons. How come the OG first season that they added is way more popular than the one that just came out? Well, there's a few answers for this. Let's start with this. So, it was exactly 1,340 days since we've been on the Chapter 1 map. So, from Chapter 1 Season X all the way up to Chapter 4 Season OG, it was exactly pretty close to about 4 or 5 years about. So when Epic finally announced this, the hype was unreal. People were so excited. People didn't know how this was going to work, but people were also very excited about this new introduction of Season OG. Everybody and their mother knew this was going to happen. It sounds crazy, but it was on every social media post. It made it to the news. It made it to newspapers. This was the biggest thing Fortnite has ever announced from this time period. Fortnite broke the world record for players on at one time, which was 6.1 million players playing this OG mode at one time. Fortnite still holds this record to this day, even after dropping the second OG season. Now, this mode also started in Chapter 5, which it had plenty of the movement. It had the golf carts, it had the shopping carts, it had zip lines, which started in Season 7, but they did bring them back for this mode in Season 5. As well as it had shockwaves and impulses. It had every single heal you could think of. There was pretty much all the guns. There was really no flaw to this season in total. There was a lot of people that were upset with this season at the time because it didn't technically start in Season 1 towards the beginning, and it wasn't the same map because it started in Season 5, and how the weapon models weren't the same, and the damages, and it wasn't exactly one-to-one, kind of like how people wanted it to be. But obviously people played this consistently over and over again through this 1 month period to where it didn't really even matter. And honestly, in my opinion, I think this is one of the best seasons they've ever released. But obviously, coming out of Season 4 and out of this new OG season, going right to Chapter 5, which was completely different. The movement changed, the guns were different, there was bullet drop. It was a totally different game, and the people that came out of hiding that didn't really play this game at all, that played because of the OG season, that was gone. They decided, I don't want to keep playing this shit. Now, I'm not saying Chapter 5, the Season 1, was bad in any way at all, but obviously put it into perspective as people coming to play for the OG season, and it's only a month long, and they come out with something totally different right after. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people leaving. All through Chapter 5, the numbers and the player count just kept going down and down and down until Epic officially announced that they will be bringing the OG season back permanently for good. Now here we are. 1 year later, we have the OG season back. But it is totally different compared to how it was in the first time. This season, they're going all the way back. They're going right back to where it started on day 1, where the storm moved wicked fast and you moved really slow. On top of that, you couldn't find any heals, and it had the most basic gun pool that out of any of them. Epic even went so far to bring back the double pump and the OG pump model and the numbers, same with the SCAR, everything, all the sounds, down to the wire. They brought back literally every single thing you can think of that was in the old OG Fortnite. You would think that this would be even bigger than it was the first time because we're going all the way back to the beginning. And as much as Fortnite OG is very popular, I'm not saying it's not popular, it is nothing compared to what it was last year. And before I keep going, let me just say this is not a hate video. I am not hating on Epic Games or Fortnite. I am very glad with both of these game modes. I really enjoy both of them, and I like both of them. I'm just going over exactly why it was way more popular the first time over than it is compared to the one we have now. Obviously, the Fortnite OG we have now is very basic. There's really no movement. They just added launch pads, and that's kind of the only movement we had besides the bouncers, which don't really make you go anywhere, and they're kind of hard to find on the map. On top of that, we got the double pump. Heals are very scarce. You can't really find any of those. There's only I believe 9 zones, and the first one comes in really fast, and it's usually really far. On top of that, if you're a zero builds player like me, good luck playing the OG season because the map is very plain. That's just how it was when it first came out. And this is just very close to a one-to-one creation that Fortnite tried to do, pretty much. This is their one-to-one creation of Season 1, and I think they've done it actually pretty well. The only thing that they really kind of didn't do was bring back the old movement, some of the old gun models, some of the old sounds, and I know obviously reboot vans, but I think reboot vans are kind of just a quality of life thing that doesn't really matter. Like, if it wasn't reboot vans, I probably wouldn't play, to be honest. Like, we're spoiled to even have them today. So for that reason, obviously it's not fully one-to-one, but Epic got it pretty damn close. So the question still lies. Why was it so much more popular the first time around? Why did it feel so much more fun? And the honest answer is because it literally just was. I mean, you go back to Season 5 of Chapter 1, and it was a lot more fun. There was a lot more mobility, a lot of different guns, there was different LTMs, there was tons of different things back then in Season 5 that made it tons more fun than compared to the plain Season 1 of Chapter 1. In Season 5, we were getting map updates, we were getting new guns pretty much every other week, we were getting new items, we had new mobility, we had the new golf carts. It was totally different compared to the Season 1 that we have right now. And I've played since the very beginning. I've played since day 1 when I downloaded it, when I first found it on my Xbox. I've played since Season 1, the beginning. It was genuinely more fun in Season 5. Season 1 didn't really have much to offer. It wasn't a full finished game mode. They rushed it out to compete with PUBG. Now, this is not me saying that it's a bad season. I really do. I think all of the Chapter 1 seasons actually were amazing and probably some of the best. I'm just saying, comparing Season 1 to Season 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, even up, is ridiculous. You can't do it. And a lot of these other seasons just had more to offer, more fun things to do, more stuff for players to be involved with. And this new OG season that they come out with, and it was really fun at first, I think, for a lot of us, personally me, it was really fun at first, and I'm not, like I said, this is not a hate video, and I'm not calling it bad. I think Epic did a great job with this, just it doesn't get enough. It's too stale, it's too dry, and it's not like it's Epic's fault or the community's fault. It's just kind of how it was. This is what we asked for, and this is exactly what they're giving us. I think as we progress through the season, so like once we get to Season 2, we'll get a lot more updates, a lot of new things coming into the game, and it will be a lot more exciting to play, and I'm very excited for that. But as of right now, you just can't compare the beginning of Fortnite Season 1 to the OG mode that they just had in November, because it was literally just that much better. But let me know your thoughts in the comments on what you think of this. This is just my input. I'm not calling any of the modes bad in the slightest. Like I said, this is not a hate video towards Fortnite or anything, and I'm not calling the mode bad. This is just me going over why the original Fortnite had so many more players and was a lot more fun to play compared to the one we have now. But if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Comment down. I would love to hear what you say. Obviously, this is not a hate video, so before you start smashing in the comments, hating on me for my opinion on this, just let me know what you think. I want to hear what you think, and yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, have a great one.